All right, let's dive right into this explainer and uncover the invisible psychological strings that social media uses to pull our behavior. I mean, every single day we scroll, we like, we share, but how often do we actually stop to look at the underlying mechanics of why we do it? The sources we're digging into today reveal this absolutely fascinating intersection of biology, memory, and digital design that is fundamentally altering how we act and how we feel. Here are the sections we're covering today. First, the brain on digital overload. Second, the trap of unfinished business. Third, the spotlight effect and envy. Fourth, conformity in digital crowds. And finally, reclaiming your mental space. Okay, section 1, the brain on digital overload. Let's start right at the biological level to see exactly what's going on. Be honest, ever felt a phone vibration that just wasn't there? You reach into your pocket, absolutely convinced you had a notification, and you pull out a totally blank screen. It's kind of like a digital ghost, right? But the psychological reality behind this is actually pretty startling. Turns out that phantom buzz isn't a glitch in your hardware. It's actually a reflection of an anxious brain, habitually checking for its next digital reward, rather than a real signal. See, our brains are literally being trained for novelty. They're driven by dopamine to constantly seek out addictive new information. And the wider biological impact here is huge. We are actively conditioning our nervous systems. Dopamine urges this constant, addictive information seeking, which in turn actually reduces our overall attention span. We are so biochemically hooked that losing your smartphone triggers the exact same biological stress as a real separation anxiety. Oh, and that late-night scrolling, it actively reduces the glial cell effect, completely disrupting your brain's ability to get quality sleep. Moving on to section 2, the trap of unfinished business. So, why is it so hard to just put the phone down? Well, enter the Zeigarnik effect. Discovered back in 1921 by Bluma Zeigarnik, she observed cafe waiters in Vienna who could perfectly remember unpaid orders, but instantly forgot them the second the bill was paid. This phenomenon perfectly explains our modern digital exhaustion. Basically, unfinished or interrupted tasks stay in our memory way more vividly than completed ones. It causes this constant mental itch because our brains are hardwired to remember what is incomplete. The research really hits the nail on the head with this quote. Each incomplete task demands attention, creating a constant background hum of unfinished business. Think about it. When you're infinitely scrolling or leaving a bunch of notifications unread or jumping between half-watched videos, your brain simply cannot resolve the tension. It creates a massive sense of mental overload because, well, there's never a clean endpoint. Next up, section 3, the spotlight effect and envy. Let's look at how this warps our self-perception. This brings us to the spotlight effect. On social media, we constantly suffer from this mind-reading error. We irrationally assume others are negatively judging our posts, our pictures, our opinions. We behave as if there's a literal spotlight right on us, and this imaginary audience is just scrutinizing our every single move and sharing our insecurities. But here is the slightly brutal but very freeing truth. What you think people notice are your flaws, your mistakes, your bad hair days. But what they actually care about? Themselves, their own lives, their own issues. Humans are naturally egocentric. Your followers are way too busy worrying about their own imaginary spotlights to obsess over yours. Even knowing this, the illusion still hurts us deeply. Facebook envy is a documented scientific reality, and constantly comparing yourself to others seriously damages your mental health. Why? Because social rejection registers in the exact same physical pain circuits in the brain as a physical injury. So this constant comparison literally biologically hurts. Now for section 4, conformity in digital crowds. Let's see how this plays out on a macro level. It really all starts in the echo chamber. By design, digital platforms naturally form these closed environments where you only encounter information or opinions that reflect and reinforce your own worldview. It heavily manipulates our innate human desire to just fit in. And this creates a huge psychological undertow known as social contagion. Just look at the invisible pressures altering how we act in digital crowds. You've got FOMO, the fear of missing out, driving you to participate. The bandwagon effect, pushing you to do things just because others do. Herd mentality, making you blindly adopt majority behaviors. And my favorite, pluralistic ignorance, where you secretly disagree with the crowd but publicly conform just to survive the timeline. Finally, Section 5, Reclaiming your mental space. How do we protect ourselves from all this? The science clearly points out 3 simple, actionable steps to break the spell. Step 1. Take regular social media breaks to quiet that background hum of unfinished business we talked about. Step 2. Stop checking your phone at night. Protect your brain's rest cycles and let those glial cells do their job so you can actually sleep. And step 3. Remember human egocentricity. Remind yourself that the spotlight isn't actually on you. People aren't judging you, they're just focused on themselves. So I want to leave you with a lingering thought. With all this invisible psychology at play, who is really in control of your digital habits? Are you scrolling because you want to, or because a carefully designed system of dopamine hits, mental itches, and social pressures is driving the vehicle? Now that you know the science, I definitely encourage you to take back the wheel the next time you feel that phantom vibration.